In one of the most bizarre stories of 2023, Young Thug's lawyer requests that the evidence of goat sacrifices upon the arrest that happened around his RICO case be removed from the evidence presented. Young Thug, goat sacrifices? What the heck is going on? Is this the Illuminati at play, taking people into dark underbellies of the occult? Or is this just a misunderstanding and we're just not quite understanding? Now, and so what happened was, upon investigation, there were some things that came up of Young Thug's lawyer has filed a motion to suppress evidence in the Atlanta rapper's RICO trial. Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, is asking the court to exclude evidence related to YSL co-defendant Shannon S.B. Stillwell's arrest on murder charges last year. Okay, so we find out fairly early in the process that, thankfully, it wasn't Thugger himself offering goat sacrifices.
In a white gown like me today.
That it was one of the people that is a co-defendant in the case. And when he was arrested on March 17, 2020, Stillwell was arrested at his East Point, Georgia home while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involved the supposed sacrifice of goats.
Oh my gosh.
Worshippers wear all white and sacrifice goats in an effort to bring forth Loa, which helps to run the universe and can grant blessings. Reporter Michael Sandine said of the rituals.
Sounds like the Illuminati to me.
Holy moly, what are they doing, bro? All right, keep going. Just then, Thug filed a motion Thursday claiming co-defendant Shannon Stillwell, who was facing numerous charges, including I can't say that word again, was arrested by police while in the midst of a religious ceremony which involves sacrifice of goats. This is official paperwork, official.
They called it a religious ceremony.
Did they?
Yeah, so they're like, there's absolutely no benefit or value, and the prejudice is great to show this religious ceremony to the jurors simply to show the arrest of Mr. Stillwell as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically saying, look, man,
this is so weird that
you have our client looking crazy because his co-defendant is out here, you know, sacrificing goats in a all-white gown on. This is the weirdest thing. Thug's legal team is now demanding a video of Stillwell's arrest be excluded from. Hold on, this video. I don't know why I find this so funny. This guy's is, darkness. But it's like not beyond things I would see these guys dabbling in. That's kind of why I find it so funny. It's like 100%. It's almost like a Keen and Peele skit. Like it's like this is these fools getting arrested, doing Santeria.
Not to mention he's like in the middle of this like sacrifice to like make the universe better as he gets like raided by the feds.
If that ain't God showing you worshiping the wrong spirits, I don't know what is. Oh, this is literally the in the situation who caught the body on behalf of YSL. That's what this whole thing is about. Is Young Thug sending people to do these sorts of things, and this gentleman is caught literally red-handed.
Oh man.
Live goats. Although this issue does not directly involve Mr. Williams, cap, as he was never arrested on the March 17, nor charged with Mr. Drink's supposed deletion of humans. Law enforcement officers arrested Mr. Shannon. Damn, they dropped this whole address on here. While in the midst of a religious ceremony, which involves supposed? How is this? If y'all got video that you want suppressed, why are we using words like supposed?
I think
the news arrived several days after Young Thug was denied bond for a fourth time. Thug was denied bond 3 times last year following his arrest in May 2022 on 8 counts as part of a sweeping RICO indictment against him and 27 individuals said to have been involved with the alleged YSL gang.
Wow.
This is dark stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But it doesn't surprise me. Like, it doesn't surprise me that people involved in these sorts of activities are dabbling in occult practices to channel spirits and demons and whatever else they think they're doing. This stuff is dark. First of all, to be a multi-millionaire running an actual street gang is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Do you think they're getting some sort of demonic spiritual benefit from doing these things? Or is this the equivalent of like Kristen with her rock collection? And she's like, I like to pull cards.
Yeah, shout out to all the goobers with crystals. Named Kristen. I saw what you did there. Do I think they're getting some sort of benefit? Yeah, I think there's probably something in the demonic realms that's probably doing something for them. But I also know that God will not be mocked. You know what I mean? And what a man sows is what he will reap. And so, from my understanding, Young Thug grew up in some Christian grandparents, I believe, something like that. I mean, he had a really rough upbringing, but there's always, especially in the South, like Atlanta, there's always Christian earnings. You know what I mean? Someone, aunt and uncle, someone was going, a churchgoer. Now, yeah, I think this sort of stuff definitely has spiritual implications that impact the physical. Is this why Young Thug became successful? No, I don't think they were like offering goat sacrifices and that's what made him a poppin' rapper. I mean, the dude put out a bunch of music and he was heavily influential in the street elements of Atlanta and certified and did the whole, LGTV cosplay and played around like he was.
Do you think Thug, it's possible that he was participating in his friends' activities, or was this his shooting activities to like clear his conscience and like?
I think he was.
It's like the homies all do some goat sacrifices.
They all do some weirdo stuff. That would be my guess. I don't know. This is pure conjecture on my part. I would guess that these fools were doing some weirdo stuff, and God won't be mocked. Like eventually, a man's gonna reap what he sows. Yeah, And so, folks in the chat are telling us it's voodoo. Haitians do it. Little Haiti trying to get LWA protection. I wonder if we went down the rabbit hole of this dude's identity. Is that well? First of all, that's a huge generalization that like all Haitians do witchcraft.
They murder goats.
You can't just generalize like that, right? Now, I'm sure there are some Haitians that do this stuff, right? But like all of them, John, all of them, just something Haitians do. Like that's kind of, I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm sure that these. I mean, we saw Playboy Card. Pull up the Playboy Cardi with the pentagram stuff. You know what I mean? I remember Lecrae posting about it. These dudes are all. I think it's beyond trolling. Like, I think initially some of this satanic panic stuff was trolling, but I think these fools is really on some I think there's certain guys that troll, but I think some of these dudes is really on some let me usher in spirits.
Playboy Cardi for posting that?
Yeah, he was just Lecrae. I don't know Playboy Cardi. I don't know who he is. Yeah, so he's definitely on some weirdo stuff. Like these guys be on the weirdo stuff for sure.
Darkness.
For sure. Yeah. Darkness. And so I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I know. I would say don't play with God, right? Like you're playing with God, and not only are you playing with God, but you're opening up yourself to demonic attacks. Yeah. And I think that's just stupid. It's beyond darkness. Like you're just dumb.
You're just dumb.
You're just dumb. So anyway, I mean, what do you guys think about this stuff? I would like to say it surprises me. It doesn't. I also think there's a component to it when you're involved in peddling things that are destroying your community, when you're literally a millionaire and getting into beef with people in the streets and people are getting, killed over this stuff. I think you're searing your conscience to a point where you can't even distinguish right from wrong. The scriptures talk about they've seared their conscience. Yikes. And there's levels to it, right? Like there's levels to it. There's like the guy who knows he shouldn't sleep with his girlfriend and sleeps with his girlfriend, and then there's the guy that like sleeps with his girlfriend, cheats on his girlfriend, it sells that he does drugs, and like compound that over a decade. Yikes. That's a different level. Like it's all sin in God's eyes, but that is a different level of like patterns of destructive behavior compounded over time. A ton of drugs. I mean the syrup stuff that they drink is really terrible for you. The lean, it's just levels to it, and there's definitely demonic components to it involved. To which degree I don't know, but there's some dark stuff going on. What do you guys think about this stuff? I think it's bizarre. Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.